Right, hello everybody and welcome to this new video. This is going to be a question and answers video. I'm going to be also giving away the Shotscope V2 that I did the review on about 2 weeks ago, so that'll be coming just a little bit later on in the video. I'm going to try and keep it brief. I've got about 10 questions that I've picked out of all the ones that I want to answer. A lot of coaching questions as well, which is really good. Obviously the channel is mainly based around coaching, and I've seen quite a large growth in subscribers and people commenting saying that the channel's helping them with the coaching recently, so that's fantastic to hear. And as long as I can keep helping you improve your games, that's all I want to keep doing. So if you do want more lessons and you want to keep improving, remember to hit that subscribe button. So let's fire straight into it. Irving James said, why am I getting pain on the inside of my right knee at the top of my backswing when fully rotated? Unfortunately, I'm not a biomechanist. I would imagine that you're putting too much pressure on it for some reason and not moving it in the correct manner, but I'd go and seek a biomechanist for that and see if they can help you actually identify if it is actually a medical issue from there. Carrera 57 asked, how can I stop pull hooking my long irons off the tee? I must be flipping my hands at impact? ? If you are pull hooking, you've got a path that's going left of the target if you are a right-handed player, and you've also got a face that is left of that. So first things first, as I always say, the face is king. You've got to fix the face and then adjust your path a little bit. So if you want to get the face a little bit more neutral, you might see that you hit a little bit of a fade, and then you can adjust your path and just make it so it will be neutral or slightly to the right hand side, so the face then would just be marginally closed to it and you get more of a draw or a more neutral shot as you were going through. But yeah, fix your face first and then go from there. Hey Greavesy, Andrew, one of my lessons, good to see you, pal. What's the biggest mistake beginners do when on the course? Think too much? No, I wouldn't say they think too. I think they can have too much going in the mind, but I think they try and do too much instead of, like the old acronym KISS, keep it simple, stupid. I'm not calling you stupid there. What I'd be saying is that, it's a tough game. Don't try and overstretch yourself in your first few rounds of golf, or even, your first year or so. It takes a while to actually learn to play golf. You can learn to swing the golf club, but playing it's another matter. When I take like higher handicappers or beginners out on the course, from when they're 50 yards and in, I see a lot of shots wasted. Talking, you could literally have a very basic pitch onto the green with no hazards, no bunkers, anything around it, no real trouble, and 5, 6. Even more strokes are taken to get the ball in the hole from there. So I think a lot of shots are wasted around the greens, and then trying to do too much instead of just trying to get back into play and see that you can actually just get back on, making a normal swing and not trying to bite off too big a chunk of what you're trying to do. Coastal Malk said, any tips on playing a shot when the ball is below your feet? Yeah, so if you imagine, if we had this is the ground now, I'm stood here, ball there, it's going to be below, so that it's going to change the plane of my swing. If my plane was this way and it moves, it's going to make it more vertical, so it would mean that you're going to more likely be swinging in to out. So you've got to then try and allow for that, play with the slope, angle your body to the slope, and then allow for the change in the swing plane. So if the ball's below your feet, you would generally see more of a fadey or a slicey shot, so just allow for that to happen when you're playing it. Next one, MA9 Moi, I think that's Matt Hill, one of my lessons. Any good way to get over first tee nerves? Yeah, first tee nerves are something that we all face. If you're not getting nervous on the first tee, you probably don't really care about the game that much or aren't bothered what's about to happen. And I think it's learning to embrace them, identifying that, your pal that you're playing with, whoever you've just seen tee off, when you see people watching you tee off, we're all in the same boat. We all feel a little bit nervous and jittery, and we're a little bit scared of what's actually going to happen. Are we going to top it? Is it going to hit the fairway and different things? So to know that everyone else is feeling that as well is okay. It's fine to feel that. That's where then you need a good routine, getting a good process where instead of A, focusing on the nerves so much, A, you embrace it, then B, actually what's your job, what's the shot you're trying to hit now. You know, if it's a par 3 and you're hitting a 7-iron to it, or it's a driver, you know, identify where the trouble is, go through your practice swing to get in a good feeling, a good state of what it is you're trying to do, and then just embrace and go and actually execute. And if it goes wrong, it's not the end of the world. It's a golf shot. It doesn't really matter that much in the grand scheme of things. Just try again, and just until you can actually start to become, you know, you're always going to feel nervous, but start to feel okay with the nerves a little bit, actually be excited about them and think, right, yeah, I'm feeling this because I care, right, let's make sure we do a good job from there. No Golf Pro asks, what's a good ration for practice to game? Ration. Can tell I can't read. I think he's saying what's a good way percentage-wise of practice to play time. I think it depends on how your life forms. If you're someone who's very busy and you only get an hour a week, it might be that you want to go and play 3 holes in that hour. If you're someone who's got 6 or 7 hours to spare on golf per week, you might decide to play 4 hours for a round and then 2 hours of practice. It's generally what time allows you to do. There's no secret formula or proven formula. I would say definitely that, you know, practice helps, but also getting out on the golf course and actually playing the game that we all are trying to get better at, doing it out on the course in the environment that you want to improve, and is always great. So if you can get on the course, if I had an hour, if I were only given an hour to play every week, I would probably go to the course for an hour and play 3 holes instead of hitting balls for an hour. Right, next one. Greg Harding says, what factors would you consider when joining a golf club? Course firstly. Do I like the golf course? Is it in good condition generally? Can I play it the majority of the year? There's a lot of courses that with the poor weather we get here in Britain, we only get 6 months out of them sometimes because they're a bog, you know, they're wet through, they're on temporary greens, forward tees and stuff like that, which for me just isn't enjoyable in any way. So course first, and then the big thing for me is environment and community. If you've got a good group of people that you can go and play with, even if the course isn't perfect, if you've got a great group of mates who you love going to play golf with and you're excited to go and play with those, and you get a good, like a roll up, say on a Thursday where everyone plays, or a Saturday, and you know you've got that community that you can go down the golf club, there'll be people there playing and you don't have to worry about not fitting in and things like that. I think that's a huge part. So first steps golf course, and then I say like community will be a big one. Tony Brownwell asks, what is your best drill for a constant release of the golf club? Number one, you've got to have a good grip to make sure that you can release it in the correct manner, because if you've not got a good grip, you'll be making compensations because the face will either be shut or closed. And then a good drill, I like to get my pupils to actually try and shape shots more. So a lot of people will be slicers of the golf ball that I'll teach, and then they've never really had a proper release because of a poor grip, like I say, and then they learn to hold the face to try and get it back towards target. So we get them trying to actually bend some and see that they can let the face turn over and roll and actually understand the relationship between the hands and the club and see what's going on through there. So trying to, like I say, work on some shots. If you are a slicer, see if you can get it hooking. If there's a fence left on the driving range, if you're a right-handed player, get some hitting the fence, see if you can actually get that face turning over. Going to go for 2 more questions and then we're going to get into the draw for this bad boy. Also, I've got a Zep 2 now that I'm going to be reviewing soon. This thing is quality. I'll probably end up giving this away after I've done with it, so stay tuned for that one. 2 more, here we go. Feel like I'm playing solid but the score doesn't seem to go down. Is it course management? And that comes from Andrew.5.5.9. No dot after the 9. yeah, if you feel like you're hitting it well and your scores aren't coming down, you're probably not making the most of your course management. Also, are you hitting it that well, and are you being true to yourself with every area of your game? A lot of people, when they come in for certainly the first lesson with myself, and we talk through things, and then I'll see, say, chipping or putting for an example, and they'll, yeah, putting's fine, great, yeah, putting's pretty good, you know, I hit it okay. And then when we actually look at the putting, some things show up, and then it comes out in the woodwork that they generally have above 36 putts on average. So be truthful to yourself, and you know, as long as you are, you're going to improve, because you'll have a better understanding of where you are. And if you are actually hitting it great and doing a lot of good things, yeah, course management is something to look at. Right, final question. MJD9B450. Lots of numbers and strange names here. Putting tips for distance control to eradicate the dreaded 3 putts. I generally would play like ladder drills. Putting's very feel orientated when it comes to pace. You've got to imagine, if we were stood now, you're watching me on your phone, on your telly now. If I kept moving back and I was throwing a golf ball to you, and I kept moving closer and forwards and back and to, and the distance was changing the whole time, and you had to throw the ball back to me, you wouldn't think, right, take my hand back here, gets to this point, then I release it, it extends out to here. You'd actually just go, Matt's moved 6 foot away, right, throw it a bit further. He's moved closer, right, throw it a bit softer. He's moved a little bit to the right, I'll throw it that way. He's moved this way. And you react to distance. I see the target, they feed it back to the hands, you let it go instinctively. So ladder drills, like getting a ball at 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4, 5 going on, and putting them into a box are great. I like to put a ball out on a putting green, say about 30 foot, so get a yellow golf ball, then 5 white golf balls, and hit your first one with your eyes closed, not seeing how far it's gone, don't look at it, and then hit some actually trying to emulate that stroke that you just made, feeling of the pace, and see if you can control that and see how close you can then get those balls to it. But it does come down to a lot of time practicing, and a lot of, you know, hours put in actually developing your skill and your touch, and just working on it and working on it. And the more you do, the more you'll get better and actually get rid of those 3 putts. So guys, I hope those questions have helped you there. I hope you've got some answers, and I hope you can learn a little bit from those. We're going to jump into the draw of the Shotscope V2, a fantastic product list, really, really good. Partnered up with the guys at Shotscope. I've been using mine a little bit when I've played or managed to play 3 or 4 holes, and really interesting the data that you can get back on it. You can do so much with these things, so it is a great tool. Let's find out who the lucky winner will be. So load the comments in. Random picker, you'll see this come up on screen. Scroll it down to start. There we go. Remember, you had to be a subscriber, so David Walters, you are the lucky winner. Let's just give you a double check, see if you are subscribed. And yes, David, you are subscribed to the channel. So congratulations, David, you have won a Shotscope V2. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this short video, just a way of announcing who's won that, and also getting you some answers to the questions you hopefully wanted answering, and that will hopefully help your game. Like I said, seen a lot of people commenting that the games are getting better and stuff like that. If you did ever want to come and see me down at Trafford Golf Centre, feel free to do that. But most importantly, do make sure you do subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more future lessons. Got so much more coming. Also, one other thing. Would you be interested in coming on a golfing holiday with myself? Now, I'm in talks. You will have seen this from the guys who commented on Instagram. I've aired the question about doing a golf coaching holiday. Now, I'm looking at this for February 2020, the last week of February 2020. Not sure where it's going to be. I've got 2 potential venues at the moment, just in talks with one golf travel company and another company at the moment to get this done. So if you are actually seriously interested, and I would imagine it's going to be somewhere in the region of about £500 to £600 for a 4-night stay, 3 rounds of golf, a clinic for 3 mornings with myself going through, you know, stuff that we do on the channel here. So you'll get some one-to-one coaching time with myself, 3 rounds of golf. Flights won't be included, you'll have to sort those yourself, but it'll be round about that £600 mark. I'm trying to keep it a little bit lower. Spaces will be limited as well. I don't want too many people on it. I want to keep it more personal and see that whoever comes along gets enough time with myself, and we get to work on your games and actually see some improvements and see that you are making, you know, steps forward to being a better golfer in 2020. So if you actually are seriously interested in it, I've put my email just here. You'll see that pop up now. Drop me a quick email just registering your interest for the coaching trip. I'll get back to you with an email, and when I get my full details confirmed, I will do another video like this, just announcing it all. Like I say, spaces will be limited. It'll be a first come, first served. I've already got about 6 or 7 of my lessons who I've just briefly mentioned to it. They've already wanted to pay a deposit, so it'll probably be that there'll only be 6 spaces left anyway. So make sure, if you are interested, email there, get into it. Guys, thanks for watching this video. Do hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future lessons, and I'll see you in a lesson tomorrow.